Have you ever wondered how broadcasters speak English so fluently and clearly? Well, the secret lies in the art of pronunciation. Pronunciation, in any language, is the manner in which a word or a language is spoken. It's the way that you articulate or express certain sounds that make up the words and phrases of a language. In English, pronunciation is particularly crucial. It can be the difference between being understood and causing confusion. The English language is a melting pot of sounds and intonations, borrowed and adapted from many other languages. This makes it rich and diverse, but also complex and challenging. Now, imagine the world of broadcasting. It's a world where every word matters, where clarity is king, and where audiences from all walks of life tune in. Broadcasters don't have the luxury of being misunderstood. They need to convey information quickly, clearly, and accurately. That's where the art of pronunciation comes into play. Broadcasters use specific techniques and pronunciation rules to speak English fluently and clearly. They hone their skills to ensure they articulate each word in a way that it's easily understood by their wide-ranging audience. They pay attention to the small details, the subtle nuances that can change the meaning of a word or a sentence. They practice and perfect the rhythm, the stress, the intonation of their speech. In broadcasting, pronunciation isn't just about speaking clearly. It's about connecting with the audience. It's about ensuring that the message is not only heard, but also understood. It's about creating a bond, a sense of familiarity, trust, and credibility with the listeners. So, whether you're an English learner or a seasoned speaker, paying attention to your pronunciation can make a world of difference. It can boost your confidence, improve your communication skills, and open up new opportunities. Indeed, pronunciation is a key aspect to master if one aims to speak English like a broadcaster. A common word that often poses pronunciation challenges is the definite article the. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is this definite article? Well, in English, we use the to refer to specific or particular nouns. It's a way of saying, hey, you know the one I'm talking about. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The pronunciation of the actually changes based on whether the word that follows it begins with a vowel or a consonant. Yes, you heard it right. This tiny three-letter word has two pronunciations. Let's start with the, followed by a consonant. In this case, the is usually pronounced as the, rhyming with fun. For instance, in the phrase, the cat, the sounds like thu. It's a subtle, almost understated sound. On the other hand, when the precedes a word starting with a vowel, it's pronounced as the, rhyming with C. So, in the phrase, the apple, this sounds like the. It's a more pronounced, assertive sound compared to th. Why the change, you might ask? Well, it's all about making language fluid and easy to speak. Try saying the apple instead of the apple, and you'll notice that your tongue stumbles a bit. The E sound creates a natural bridge between the and a word beginning with a vowel, making the phrase flow more smoothly. So, to sum up, the is pronounced as th before a consonant and the before a vowel. But remember, it's not about hard and fast rules. English is a flexible language, and sometimes native speakers might pronounce the differently based on their accent or even just personal preference. But as a general guideline, this rule holds true and can be a great tool in your English pronunciation arsenal. After all, mastering these subtle nuances can make a world of difference in sounding like a native speaker. So remember, the pronunciation of the changes depending on the first letter of the next word. Let's focus on how to pronounce the before a vowel. Diving right in, the pronunciation of the changes slightly when it's placed before a vowel. Instead of the usual th sound, we pronounce it as the. So instead of saying the apple, we say the apple. The E sound is more pronounced, more stretched out. This change in pronunciation aids in the flow of speech and makes your English sound more natural and fluent. Let's look at some examples. Picture yourself in a grocery store. You're not looking for just any apple, but the apple that you enjoy the most. Maybe it's the orange you've been craving all day, or perhaps it's the eggplant for dinner tonight. You're not just visiting the ocean, you're visiting the Atlantic Ocean. You're not just admiring the instrument, you're admiring the elegant violin. Did you notice how smoothly the words flowed when the was used? That's the beauty of the E sound. It connects the words, making your speech sound more fluid and less choppy. Now let's put this into practice. I'll say a sentence and I want you to repeat it after me. 1. I found the apple at the bottom of the basket. 2. The elephant at the zoo is enormous. 3. I love the sound of the ocean. 4. The umbrella is in the corner. Did you notice how the E sound in the made the sentences flow better? Remember, practice makes perfect. In summary, when the comes before a vowel, it's pronounced as the to ensure a smooth transition between words. It's a small change, but it can make a big difference in how natural your English sounds. That's how to pronounce the before a vowel. It's all about the E sound. Now we'll explore how to pronounce the before a word that starts with a vowel sound. When a word begins with a vowel sound, the definite article the is typically pronounced as the rather than the. The E at the end is pronounced like the letter E in the alphabet. This is to make it easier to say and also to distinguish it from words that follow that may start with a similar sound. Let's look at some examples. When we say the apple is red, we pronounce the as the. So it sounds like the apple is red. Similarly, when we say the elephant is big, we say the elephant is big. Now let's practice with some sentences. Repeat after me. The elephant in the room is impossible to ignore. The umbrella is in the closet. The ice cream is melting. Did you notice how the E in the flows smoothly into the vowel sound that follows? This is why we pronounce the as the before vowel sounds. It helps to create a smooth transition between words, making your speech clearer and more easily understood. Let's try some more practice sentences. This time I'll say the sentence first with the pronounced as the, and then with the pronounced as the. Listen to the difference. The apple is red. Now with the apple is red. The elephant is big. Now with the elephant is big. The ice cream is melting. Now with the ice cream is melting. Can you hear the difference? It may seem like a small change, but these small changes in pronunciation can have a big impact on how well you are understood when speaking English. So, remember, when the word following the begins with a vowel sound, you should pronounce the as the. Practice this until it becomes second nature. So that's how you pronounce the before a vowel sounding word. It's a subtle but important distinction. Let's recap what we've learned today. We started off by discussing the importance of pronunciation in English. We emphasized that proper pronunciation is not just about sounding like a native speaker, but more importantly, it's about being understood. It's about communicating your thoughts and ideas clearly. And that's why it's a crucial aspect of learning any language, not just English. Then we moved on to the definite article the. We learned that the is not always pronounced the same way. Its pronunciation can change depending on the word that follows it. This is something that even some native English speakers aren't aware of. We spent some time understanding how to pronounce the before a word that begins with a vowel. We learned that in such cases, the is pronounced as the, with a long E sound. It's not th, but the. For instance, we say the apple, not the apple. Next, we delved into the pronunciation of the before a word that starts with a vowel sound. This is a tricky one because the word doesn't necessarily have to start with a vowel. It just has to start with a vowel sound. We learned that in these cases too, the is pronounced as the. So we say the hour, not the hour, even though hour begins with a consonant hutch. We've covered quite a bit of ground today, and it's important to remember that mastering these pronunciation rules requires practice. You won't get it perfect the first time, and that's okay. What's important is that you keep trying, you keep practicing, and with time you will improve. Remember, language learning is a journey, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection. So don't be too hard on yourself if you stumble along the way. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. With these pronunciation tips, you're well on your way to speaking English like a broadcaster. Keep practicing, and you'll get there.